The audit reference. Why had I dismissed it so quickly? There had to be more to it. I jumped out of bed and hurried to my office. My heart was pounding at this point. I booted up my computer and accessed the database again, and quickly found the reference number. I used my IT skills to bypass the standard access protocols and dive deeper into Randall's previous employer records. The audit report was buried deep within the company's archives, but I finally found it. As I read through the document, my eyes widened. I couldn't believe what I was reading. The audit had involved gaps in the financial records, specifically related to a chain of large, unexplained withdrawals. Randall's name was mentioned several times in connection with these discrepancies. It was clear that the auditors had suspected embezzlement, but there wasn't enough evidence to take legal action. Instead, the company had went with a quiet settlement and allowed Randall to resign. I felt a surge of adrenaline. This was it. I needed more details, though. I dug further, comparing the dates and amounts from the audit report with Randall's email history. It took hours, but I eventually found a series of encrypted emails that had been sent to an external account. They were sent through several servers to hide where they originally came from, but I had enough expertise to trace them back. The email he had communications with had a surprising domain. It belonged to a fast food restaurant. I frowned, wondering why Randall would be communicating with someone at a fast food place. I dug deeper into the email exchanges. They were encrypted, but after a bit of effort, I managed to decode them. The emails were short and discussed various amounts of money and payment schedules. I decided to look up the email address and discovered it belonged to an employee named Marcus, who worked at the fast food restaurant. It made no sense. Why would Randall be sending money to this guy? As I looked into Marcus's background, I found that he was a low-level employee with no apparent connection to Randall or the corporate world. Something didn't add up. Why would a high-powered executive like Randall be dealing with a fast food worker? I decided to dig into Marcus's social media profiles and online presence. It took some time, but I eventually found a connection. Marcus was friends with a known substance dealer. This meant that Marcus was likely the middleman for Randall and Rico. I dug further and cross-referenced the dates and the amounts mentioned in the audit report. It became clear that Randall had been embezzling funds from the company to pay off his debt to Rico. The amounts matched the discrepancies found in the audit and confirmed my suspicions. I sat back, and my mind raced. This was far bigger than I had imagined, and he had brought his shady operation into our company. I knew I had to act quickly and carefully. I compiled all the evidence I had found, the audit report, the encrypted emails, and the financial records. My investigation into Randall's past didn't stop there. As I continued searching, I stumbled upon another sealed HR file from his previous job. It took some effort to access, but eventually I broke through the security protocols. What I found was shocking. Randall had been accused of indecent conduct with a female employee. The details were disturbing.